top doctor, says a top doctor. What do you mean, top doctor? Some little piece of crap that sucked his way into the political system. He's not a top doctor. He's a bureaucrat. He's a bureaucrat. That's who they are. That's who the people that are these public health officials. They're usually low-life jerks that can't get a job in the real world, suck into the political system. Yeah, check out again that cover of the Trends Journal. Happy New Year. Yeah, put it back up there if you can. All right? There we go. Look at it. Another Anthony Frieda work of art, inspired by Liliana. Happy New Year. That's the only way you get the happy, and look what it does to the new year. Again, and that's what's going on. Yahoo News. COVID-19 Omicron in Ontario. Top doctor says to prepare for the worst as variant spreads in fully vaccinated people. Oh, yeah. Fully vaccinated people, right? It's like that little actor Lewis, low-life Lewis, with all his epic event. Everybody fully vaccinated. How about what's going on in all the colleges that now they're requiring boosters in New York? Cornell, NYU, Columbia. What do they got? 99% vaccinated. Vaccination rate in Cornell. When you put like NYU, Columbia and Cornell together, it's like 98% vaccination rate. But again, it's not a conspiracy theory because top doctor, says a top doctor. What do you mean, top doctor? Some little piece of crap that sucked his way into the political system. He's not a top doctor. He's a bureaucrat. He's a bureaucrat. That's who they are. That's who the people that are these public health officials. They're usually low-life jerks that can't get a job in the real world, suck into the political system so they get a job. Anyway, we're seeing Omicron quickly becoming the dominant strain in Ontario. Dr. Kieran Moore, Ontario's Chief Medical Officer of Health. While there is still some uncertainty around the virulence of Omicron, we have good evidence that it is more transmissible than Delta. And it's spreading amongst fully vaccinated individuals. All right? The fear that they're spreading. This is the front page of today's business section of the Wall Street Journal. Omicron variant is expected to dent global economy in early 2022. Economists have lowered growth forecasts, citing disruptions from the latest COVID-19 surge. The latest COVID-19 surge causes less severe COVID. Major South African study concludes, as I noted earlier. But yet the fear is spreading. So, what's going on in the equity markets? Well, here's another one. Wall Street turns pessimistic on 2022. Why? Oh, Fed's tighter policy on rates expected to put brakes on stock rally after outside gains. And as we are speaking now, the markets are up again. Yeah. Oh, how many flights were canceled In the United States and overseas over the weekend? Oh, depending on numbers you're looking at, 6,000, you know. And the cruise ships? You want to get on them. Restaurants, I'm afraid to go there. Don't have a New Year's. How are the markets going up? The markets are up over 200 points as we're speaking now. And the reason is 279 points. Yep. Because there's optimism that the virus isn't destroying the equities. So on one end, you have the equities going up, while they're saying on Wall Street that the virus isn't that deadly to the economy. Yet you read Omicron variant is expected to dent global economy, and that's out of the Wall Street Journal today. And then you go and you read, here you go, year 3, life in soft lock. Then you look at CNBC, U.S. stock indexes rose Monday as markets reopened after the Christmas holiday and investors assessed the spread of the Omicron COVID-19 variant. The S&P 500 hit an intraday record for the first time in more than 3 months, in a month rather. The Dow Jones was up over 315 points when I typed this out, or printed it out, and the Nasdaq was up 1.3%. Looking for the Santa rally. Wait, Santa's came to town, he's gone. Oh, and by the way, we also said that there would not be a shortage of products, and that supply chain disruption that they've been selling would have no effect of any significance at all at Christmas. So what they did by spreading that fear is people rushed out to go buy things because they thought they would be able to get them. You go into the stores, they're packed with stuff. Packed. So yeah, there was a Christmas sale in the sense that sales went up, but how much of that accounts for higher prices of inflation, we don't know yet. Just more money was spent, but was more product bought? Not when inflation goes up. We do not expect Omicron to impact the growth outlook in any significant way, but rather it is likely to accelerate the end of the pandemic. JP Morgan's, whoever the guy is, Dubravko Bujas, said in a note Monday. Wait a minute. Everybody's saying, the Fauci's saying to stay home. The guy up in Ontario is the worst is yet to come. One after another. And now the market's saying everything's going to be all right. Again, holiday sales rose the fastest pace in 17 years. Oh, but wait a minute. Isn't inflation up the most since 1982? Yeah. Almost 40 years. And when you look at the real number, now it's not 6.8%, it's more like 15%, according to John Williams' shadow stats, because the rapidly prices of housing that go up, that's not in there. Oh, price of steak went up? No, it didn't, because now people are eating hamburgers, so there's no inflation there. They're making this crap up. What does it mean? Where are the markets going? What's next? Stay tuned, because oil prices also went up very nicely today. And gold's hanging in there. And as we had forecast, Bitcoin is where it should be. They're going to keep juicing this. But what are going to be the implications on the home ownership level, their sales are going to go down because prices are going up so high. But I don't see a real estate crash coming. However, on the commercial sector is going to be a new story. It's very important to see where oil prices are going. Oil prices were down almost 17 bucks just a few weeks ago. Now they're down 10 bucks from their high. They spiked up sharply today, over 3%. So they're saying there's going to be more demand. Here's my forecast. The COVID war will be over by springtime. It's destroying too many businesses. And it's global. Again, the morons in them, they kept saying, oh, they're doing this for Trump. They want to get Trump out of it. Nothing to do with Trump. It's the drug dealers who are in charge. You want to go to Austria? Maybe you like it over there better. No jab, $4,000 fine. How about Greece? Yeah, you go get that Greece job. The Greece job jab, you don't get that, you get fined. I think it's like $100 a month or something. And now you go to restaurants at different places, got to show proof of a booster shot. And in New York, if you get caught with a fake passport, a year in jail. That's right. EPA panel member, we're never going to learn about how safe the vaccine is until we start giving it. Goes back to that moronic Trump quote before. It usually takes 5 to 12 years. But hey, I made it happen quicker. So going back to the markets, it's showing where it's going. It's a gambler's game. You have the S&P up, what is it, up like 26% this year. Last year was up, I think, 12, 14%. How could the markets keep going up when all these things are locked down? And again, the protests going on in Germany, protests going on in Austria, in Italy, in the UK, in Slovenia, Romania, Bulgaria, Czech Republic. It's bigger than Trump. It's the drug dealers. And Dr. Joseph Mercola really nailed it on his last one, by the way. Yeah. Biggest drug that ever made money. What was it? 37 billion bucks for Pfizer. And again, we wrote about it in the Trends Journal. We've been keeping up with this from the beginning. And by the way, here's Dr. Mercola's book. It's excellent. And also Ronnie Cummins. It's The Truth About COVID-19, Exposing the Great Reset, Lockdowns, Vaccine Passports, and the New Normal. This is a very brave man. He's a real doctor. And he's paid for it, like Alex has and others, by speaking out and getting banned. And I had the good honor of meeting him at Mark Moss's event in Miami. So when you read the facts, and again, we're putting out a magazine like you don't get anywhere else, the Trends Journal. Do we get everything right? No, you don't get everything right because you don't know how they're going to rig the game. Interest rates, one of the reasons they're saying that there's fear in the markets is that the Fed's going to raise interest rates next year. Are you going to raise interest rates? Let's go with the fake inflation rate of 6.8%. You have the Fed rate at near zero. Wait a minute, the rate is near zero and your inflation's at 6.8%. You actually have negative interest rates. So even if they go up a bit compared to inflation, they're going nowhere but down. They're going to keep juicing this. But what are going to be the implications? On the home ownership level, their sales are going to go down because prices are going up so high. But I don't see a real estate crash coming. However, on the commercial sector is going to be a new story. Working from home is going to become part of life, particularly in the metaverse world. And also, by the way, we came out with our top trends for 2022 that you're not going to want to miss. All the media is talking about is what happened last year. Only the Trends Journal tells you what's ahead, what it means, and what to do. And also, the church, the Universal Church of Freedom, Peace, and Justice. We are providing religious vaccine exemptions for anyone that would like to become a member of the church. And they're working great because it's about your religion. It's about the First Amendment. It's about your rights. FreedomPeaceJustice.com. FreedomPeaceJustice.com. That's in the yard over here at one of my buildings on the most historic four corners in America, Crown and John Street. So FreedomPeaceJustice.com if you want to get a religious vaccine exemption. And we're doing everything we can. That's my belief in the church. Freedom, peace, and justice. Again, you get fined in New York for having a fake vaccine card. But what JP Morgan Chase and all the banksters get caught for fraud, and they get a free ride. They get a slap on the wrist. Nobody goes to jail. So listen, see you next week.
And so, believe it or not, I think you all get it. And it literally, I guess I know you all know it. I'm sorry to go on so long. Thank you.